The Tennessee Titans, by no means, although they're eliminated, had a very good season. But they've got to do some things in the offseason. They've got to get better, and they are looking to become one of the best teams in the NFL. They are right on the verge of being an elite team, and they were the one seed this season for a reason. They have an elite defense, and they have one of the best running backs in the NFL, if not the very best. So, what do they need to do? In my opinion, they got to move on from Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill played many years in Miami, and he's played a couple years in Tennessee so far, and he's been nothing but average. And if you're trying to win a championship, you need an above average quarterback at least. And I'm not saying Tannehill can't get it done eventually. Like we've seen guys like Nick Foles make playoff runs. We've seen older age quarterbacks that don't have as much talent anymore get it done. But Ryan Tannehill has just shown that he's not a good enough decision maker to get it done. Some of the throws and interceptions in this game are just inexcusable, and he's kind of had that issue all season. They've had games where they've lost it because of him. He had a game against Indy where he threw some bad picks, two bad picks early on in the game, I remember, and then they ended up making a good comeback. But it was just the point that he almost set them up to lose, and that would have really hurt them and their chances of winning the division at the time of the season they were in. So, what do I think they got to do? I think they got to target a mobile quarterback. You have the best running back in the NFL, and you've got some good offensive linemen surrounding him. So, why not pair a mobile quarterback with it? Imagine doing a read option, and you have to worry about tackling. You got to worry about tackling the quarterback as well. So, you have less guys coming to Derrick Henry, who needs at least three guys to be tackled, and you have your quarterback can pull the ball and run for as many yards as he can get. So that's an option. The easier option, what I'd say, would be drafting a quarterback like Malik Willis. I'm sure who could. The latest mock draft I saw was him going at pick 31 to Detroit using LA's pick, the Rams pick, and Tennessee has a first round pick before that. So if you're Tennessee, you can pick him there, or if he's close to you, trade up and get him. Whatever it is, that's your option, and you have Tannehill. Kind of guide him in the Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo situation, the Alex Smith, Patrick Mahomes type deal, where the veteran plays and you slowly work the young guy in. If there's an injury, if there's any sort of injury, like the slightest injury, Ryan Tannehill, you're going to be like, okay, let's go see what this kid has. And then once he's ready, he takes over. So that's an option. Other options are you can get guys to come in. This is one of the years. This has got to be like a record-setting year for quarterbacks that are going to be moving in the offseason. We could see Aaron Rodgers moving. We could see Russell Wilson moving. We could see Deshaun Watson moving. These are three guys that were definitely upgrades from Ryan Tannehill. And Rodgers wouldn't be necessarily considered mobile, like I'm saying, but Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson would definitely be running it upgrades that would allow you to do some more things, maybe with Derrick Henry in that offense. Tyler Huntley is another guy that could be on the move. The Ravens' backup played very well, and I think he's young, so you could bring him in and do the same two quarterback situation where you have Tannehill and Huntley comes in as a young guy. I don't see that one happening, but it's just another option that they're out there. If I'm the Titans, I'm going out there and I'm bringing in a quarterback. I'm definitely looking at Malik Willis in the draft, like especially if that falls. I'm not making my move until the draft, and I'm ready to make a trade on draft day. If it's Seattle and you call them, say here's our first round pick right now in this draft, and here's two more later. Give us Russell Wilson because we saw that Malik Willis got drafted 3 picks ahead of our slot, or it's Malik Willis didn't go, and you can go get him at your pick and then not have to go get anybody else. Like this team everyone is in their prime. Their defense is very good. We've seen them dominate very good teams all season. We've seen them beat the Chiefs. We've seen them beat the Rams. These teams are still going in the playoffs. They did very good in those games. We saw them a couple of years ago when they dominated Tom Brady in a game they weren't expected to win. Like they have proved that they're a very good team. They've proved that they have a very elite defense. They've proved that they have a good offensive line. And this is one of the few teams that it looks like they're a quarterback away. I think of this a lot when teams are like trying to draft a quarterback, like the Giants wanting to draft, some Giants fans wanting to get away from Daniel Jones and draft a new quarterback. Some Jets fans when they drafted Zach Wilson. And so these teams aren't a quarterback away from competing. The Tennessee Titans are. You can say this about the Washington football team as well. The Tennessee Titans are definitely a quarterback away from being a championship caliber team. If you throw in an elite quarterback, they're easily going to be favorites. Like maybe not the overall favorites, but they're definitely up there. They're definitely jumping up. Same thing with the Miami Dolphins, in my opinion. Like if these are the type of teams that if you just add a quarterback, they're right there. You add an elite quarterback, they're right there. That's why Tennessee Titans need to be in that conversation for Deshaun Watson trades, for Aaron Rodgers for whatever he's going to do in the offseason for Russell Wilson trades. For whoever else is looking at switching teams, Tennessee is the place you want to go for quarterbacks getting drafted. Like, Tannehill isn't done. Like, he can still be a starter somewhere, or he can be a very, very, very good backup. But is he championship level? Like, he was traded for, I believe, a 6th-round pick for a reason. He didn't take 2 first-round picks to get him the way Matt Stafford was. He's not wasn't talked about getting traded for 3 first-round picks like Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson are. Like, there's a reason for it, because he's a tier lower. He plays good at times, but he plays bad at times, and that's why he's a tier lower. You need a guy that's going to come out there and be great, and that's what it's going to take to win a championship. You have the elite defense, you have the elite running back, you have the offensive line. Go get a quarterback and make this team, put them in the Super Bowl conversation, and let's see the Titans bring one back to Tennessee. Everything else is ready. They're just a quarterback away. I think it's time to move on from Tannehill.